What's up, YouTube? AJ Almighty back at it again with another video. I'm out cruising around in the truck, and I noticed it's been a long time since I gave y'all a video on the truck. The last video I did on the truck was pretty much just me going over all the issues that the truck had when I got it, such as, you know, the interior LEDs, the rock lights, the air horn, all that stuff that he had hooked up, and just everything was going straight to power. So every time I would turn the truck off and let it sit for a little while, everything would end up dying. So even the sub he had going straight power, no fuse or anything in the middle of that. So y'all seen me take all that stuff off and the nest of wires that came out of my engine bay. So since then, I've done a lot of modifications and upgrades to the truck. I just haven't been real good at recording the stuff that I was doing and making consistent content. So in today's video, we're gonna go over some of the things that I've done to the truck, some of the upgrades that I've done to it, and then the future of this truck. Honestly, I think it's time to start another truck build, something new, like either a diesel or go with like F-250, F-350, or a Raptor, one of the two. I want to either do a real off-road build or a real capable truck when it comes to towing. Either one of the two. This truck is somewhere in between. I drive this truck as if it's some kind of off-road capable truck, but the setup on this truck is not meant to be doing what I put it through, like driving it through ditches and all the stuff that I done with this truck. With these wheels and the offset and the type of lift that's on here, it's not a full suspension lift. It's just sitting on 6-inch spacers. So the ride, you know, the ride quality isn't as good as it should be, and its ability to take on like bumps and stuff, just not all the way there. So I kind of want to start all the way over. Instead of spending the money to upgrade the shocks and go down to like a 18-inch tire with an 18-inch rim with a fat tire instead of the setup that I have on it, I'd rather just start fresh and build something all the way new. So I got a couple ideas of what trucks that I want to do, and then I also am thinking, do I not do truck content and just do straight car content? Because y'all know I got the S-197. If you watch my last video, I got the S-197, and there's a lot of stuff we can do and build on that. It's just which one do I want to do? So honestly, I'm looking at selling this truck, and I've had it listed on Marketplace for a little while. I have somebody that's interested in coming to see it tomorrow, maybe not, depending on what their schedule look like. But pretty much, I think I got it summed up to selling this truck and just starting a whole new build, starting all the way over. I also got to do a video on the apartment tour. I haven't did my apartment tour video because I'm not all the way done furnishing it and like decorating and stuff like that, like I said in my last video. So that video gonna take me a little while to get out. And I also got a YZ125 wreck bike rebuild, not wreck bike rebuild, but YZ125 restoration video that I fixed and flipped. So we're gonna get on trying to get caught up on those videos and get this stuff out. But for right now, I'm driving. I'm trying to find a spot to shoot this video for y'all, the rest of this video for y'all, and we're just gonna go over all the stuff that I've done to the truck, interior, exterior, and all the things that were like mechanical upgrades. Because this truck, like I said, had holes in the exhaust manifolds, wiring issues, all that stuff. So I'm gonna pull over somewhere. I'm gonna find somewhere to, you know, walk around the truck, open the doors up, and give y'all a clean view. Y'all stick around, give me 1 second. All right, so I'm gonna start off with the interior, and then we'll just work our way out. So pretty much the interior was clean how it was. It had the regular cloth seats. I went ahead and installed these custom interior diamond stitch seat covers. So it's got that in the front and rear, and the armrest cover is by Custom Interior. The steering wheel cover, I found this at AutoZone, and it kind of matches the theme of the seats, so I just picked that up. The truck does have full 5% tint. Oh yeah, that is from, if you remember in the last video, the DVD player that was up there. I just never got around to fixing it. It didn't bother me that much, so I'm just gonna leave it how it is. I could have fixed it, but I'm not going to. Truck has 5% tint all the way around. Can't even think right now. The sunroof, the sunroof is 5% tint. All 4 doors is 5% tint, and the windshield is 35%. So that's pretty much that's all done to the interior. I added the bass knob. Y'all know this is the radio that came in the truck when I got it, and it already did have these Pioneer 12s under the seat in this box with a Boss amp. I also put in Pioneer 4-way door speakers and a Rockford Fosgate amp in the inside. So that's pretty much it for the inside. I don't think I did anything. Oh, I did replace this. I don't know if y'all remember the train horn had all the switches, and like the LED switches were up here that he custom made, so this piece was missing. So I just found this whole center section on eBay and replaced it. So other than that, I think that's pretty much it for the interior. Now, coming along to the outside, there was a I can't think of the company name that was on here, but there was an aftermarket exhaust on the truck, but the exhaust hangers were broken. So instead of welding the exhaust hangers back up, I just did a straight pipe before the rear wheel. I always like that look on trucks. It's just my personal opinion, is what looks best. So that's what we end up going with. What else did I do to the outside? There was a Retrax bed cover on here that I took off. I sold that, and I put this box on here just to carry some tools and stuff. It kind of made the truck look not as sporty, or not as, like it's supposed to look, but I needed the extra space to carry the tools since I don't have any room under my back seat. Coming along to the, oh yeah, I did replace those interior lights with LEDs. Coming along to under the hood, so under the hood, I cleaned and oiled this air filter with black K&N oil, air filter oil. I went through all the fluids up here, topped everything off, replaced everything. I also put a brand new battery in here and replaced the spark plugs. Now, like I said, the exhaust manifolds, I don't know if y'all be able to see down there good. The exhaust manifolds did have large holes in them, so they had to be replaced. And that's one of the first things I did. I also replaced the serpentine belt, got a new belt, and my oil pan gasket was replaced. I got these headlights, or headlight housings, I should say, headlight housings off of eBay, along with the fog lights. This one's working perfectly. This one is down 2 lights. It got wet from the hurricane, driving the truck around in deep water. So that's the only problem with that up there. I put this shorty antenna on there and these black badges. Trying to think what else I did to this truck. I did so much stuff and didn't record it, and should have been taking time out to make videos and stuff, but I just never got around to it. All right, YouTube, I'm back again. Them last 2 clips y'all seen of like the walk around of the truck and all that stuff, that part of the video was shot like almost a month ago. So since then, I haven't did nothing to the truck. I didn't end up selling the truck right away, but I still am planning on getting rid of the truck to get a diesel truck. I kind of ruled out the Raptor for the simple fact that I just don't want a V6, and to get a Raptor R is too much money. Anyways, I was on my way to Texas Reckless to go Zydeco and have a good time. Turn the truck off to get some gas real quick, and as soon as I turn the truck back on, I get a check engine light. Now, mind you, my truck's never had a check engine light, even with the exhaust manifolds being messed up the way they were and all this other stuff going on. I've never had the check engine light come on. So the first thing I did was check my gauges, and I'm like, I got oil pressure, truck's not overheating, I don't see nothing wrong. So I ended up just go ahead riding the rest of the way to Texas Reckless, had a good time, and then I stopped at AutoZone the next day, and come to find out, my thermostat, I believe, is stuck open. When they ran the codes, it just came back for the thermostat. So as I've been driving the truck, I noticed that the temperature is not going past halfway. Normally it would sit a little bit past halfway before the check engine light came on, but now it's like before halfway. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace this thermostat. Also, the boots on my upper ball joints, I gotta replace. Well, the boots are cracked on the upper ball joint, so I'm pretty sure they're fully worn out. And if you can't replace just the ball joint. So I ordered a full set of Moog suspension parts, upper control arms, ready to go. So I got to get that installed. And then there was something else I wanted to do. I need to check on my 4x4. My 4x4 is not engaging. So far, I've seen on YouTube people take like the actuator that turns it. They kind of just spin it because it gets rust in it or whatever. But worst come to worst, I'll just replace the whole transfer shift motor if I have to. And then I think I'm going to end up getting this hole from the DVD player taken care of. I got to find a shop to do it. The last quote I got for it at Sound Jam, so it's like $300 to do it. So I'm gonna see about that, but as of right now, we're gonna go ahead and replace the thermostat, and then if I have enough time, I'll go ahead and do these upper control arms. So y'all stay tuned. Buddha. Alright y'all, as y'all can see, I just took the negative battery terminal off, waited about a minute, and the check engine light is off. So we at AutoZone right now. I gotta grab some coolant because I did it the unconventional way. You know, you're supposed to drain the radiator before taking that cap off to avoid, you know, coolant going everywhere and just making a mess. But I just had to make do with what I had. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab some coolant, and while I'm in here, I'm actually gonna grab that transfer case motor. So if I do try to do the little fix on the 4-wheel drive and that doesn't fix it, I'll just replace the whole transfer case motor. When the codes was red, I had a code for pretty much 4x4 open circuit. So I don't really know how to troubleshoot that issue. I'm pretty sure it's things that I could test and try to figure out, but I'd just rather replace the whole motor if I can't get, you know, a makeshift fix in the meantime. So I'm gonna grab that 4x4 motor, and then we'll start working on seeing what's up with the 4x4 transfer case. And I'm gonna do a service too, so I'm gonna grab some of the oil that needs to be in the transfer case so I can replace that. All right, so I just went ahead and topped off the radiator with this Peak Gold. It says it's from Ford 2002 to 2010. So I believe gold is supposed to be in there, but y'all can see I got green in the bottle. There's green coolant in the bottle. So I'm gonna eventually have to end up doing air filter. I'm gonna eventually have to end up doing, I need another clamp for this because it don't hold it on good. I'm gonna eventually end up having to flush the coolant because there's probably a mixture of too many different coolants in the system, and it's probably not cooling at its optimal ability. So eventually I'll get around to doing that, but for right now it's working and it's good, and I don't have a check engine light anymore, so I'm not complaining. Everything's still off and good to go. I did pick up the transfer case motor. It's right here. So when we get back, we'll work on that, and I picked up some transfer case oil too. So that'll be the next step. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start swapping this transfer motor. Already pulled the plug from up here on the top. I know I gotta get this connector out because whatever wires are in here have to be disconnected from the plug and put into the new one. So right now I'm just trying to work on getting this Christmas tree connector. I don't know if y'all can see it, but pretty much this Christmas tree connector is holding these screws, the connector in. I'm just trying to get it out. So it's just this blue wire that has to come disconnected. I believe this slides up. This piece slides up some kind of way, and I should be able to unpin this. Wait, is it even? Hold on. This wire wasn't even, this blue wire that's going in here, the pin wasn't even all the way through. The pin was pushed back. So I just pushed it in. Should be locked in now. I'm gonna try plugging this back in and putting it in 4-wheel drive real quick before I throw this motor in, because it's no light under here, but the pin for the blue wire was not even pushed all the way through, so I don't even think it was making contact. So let me plug this back in real quick and let me see what it does. Alright, so that blue wire not being fully seated in the connector ended up being the issue. I just put the truck in 4-wheel high and 4-wheel low and tested it, and everything's working fine. So I just came back from AutoZone. I returned the that transfer case motor and the fluid because I took off the fill plug and the fluid looked fresh. It was full to the top, you know, full to the point where it needed to be, and everything looked fine. So it just ended up being that simple wire not being seated, not making a connection, and that makes sense why when the code was read, it was read as the 4x4 circuit open, because it wasn't making a connection. So the motor and the transfer motor and everything that's on the truck is perfectly fine, no issues with it, just that little simply seating that connector. So I'm gonna go ahead and park the truck right now and put a zip tie around that connector where it holds on, where it sits with those Christmas tree connectors, because obviously taking them out, they break. They're pretty much one-time use connectors. So I'm gonna just go ahead and run a zip tie around it, and that's gonna pretty much wrap it up for this video. So appreciate y'all for watching. I will get to the upper control arms when I get a chance. I just don't have time to do it right now, so y'all might see another video on that getting done. And then I'm also trying to get in contact with some people about doing this headliner real quick, because the amount, that $300 that shop wanted me to pay to do it, I don't think it requires that much time. I'm pretty sure I could repair it and fix it myself. It's just I'd rather have somebody else come do it for me, since I already got a lot of other stuff already going on and stuff that I need to work on. So, and also the Harley's in the shop for a recall. So if y'all waiting on Harley content, the bike is in the shop getting the recalls done now. I did get a moto vlog set up, so I'm gonna show y'all a video on setting up the moto vlog setup and all that, like the different camera angles that I'm gonna try to capture for y'all. So y'all just stay tuned. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for subscribing. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers, so the only way we can go is up. And like I said, this truck will be going soon, and we will be looking for a diesel, preferably a dually. I don't know why. Lately, I just been looking at a lot of dualies, and I just love the way they look, especially when they're done up. I may not need a dually all the time, and it's probably not the smartest thing to daily drive, but I think that's what I want to get. So y'all just look out for more content. Like I said, subscribe, leave me a comment on other things y'all want to see on the channel, and that's pretty much it. Peace.